Hello, everybody. This is the St. Charts. It is Saturday, the 10th of May 2025. I'm going to start with SWG. This one here was given to me in the Telegram group of ours, and you can look on our Twitter page to see the link for that for those who want to join. But this one here, yeah, it's a really good one. I've got a blue box reversal zone down here at 34p. It goes down an awful long way down to 22 and a bit below that, but we'll cover that off probably on another stage. But I think we're going to get a three-wave bounce to the upside here. So where we're going to target, well, I think the obvious one here, we've got a gap play up here at 78.5 pence. So I think from here, from the top of that box, we should, in technical terms, get at least a three-wave bounce. So there's sort of 1, 2, and hopefully a 3 to go and fill that gap up there. So SWG looks like a gap play to me and looks pretty good. Worth doing some research, see what's going on. The next one to do is EME, and I don't think I've covered this off for a long while. Volume's up. I think it's very popular on Twitter at the moment. But for me, I don't have a blue box entry. But what I do think that we've got here, we've got a fairly good risk reward. We don't want to see a drop below this 0.07 pence. And for me, if it can sort of break and attack these sort of prior highs here at sort of 0.17 pence, say, hold above that, should give us this red box zone up here at 0.189 up to 0.21 and possibly even higher up to that sort of 0.257 level. So, this is the way that I see it. I've sort of had a wave one. This is our corrective move all here. And then I'm expecting a third wave to the upside there. So that for me there looks pretty reasonable. Worth doing some research. I think it's high risk, but, worth doing the research to see what it's all about. Next one I'm going to do is TIR and just get the right one up there. And this one here, I think it's had some news out today. I think it's crypto-based. I don't know too much about it. But for me, this one is a tiny market cap. I'm not too sure what it is. I think it says it's about 1 million on Trading View. But I think it's somebody else's. It's 4 or 5 million. I've not looked. Probably worth doing some research on that. Have a look, see what it's all about. But I have got a blue box reversal zone down here at 0.088 pence. I think that it's capitalised at 0.1 pence, so it's around that level at the moment. But for me, I've got a crazy target here. Everybody's going to say that it's just monstrous, but to me, I think that the most logical step here is you've had a wave there, wave down into the reversal box. We should, it would seem logical that we get the next wave up into this red box zone up here at 0.69 to 0.875 pence. So that's 6, 7, 8 bags, 9 bags potentially. So, as I say, do some research. It's not guaranteed, but small market caps, they can go anywhere with the right news. So worth doing some research, see what it's all about. I don't think it's performed too brilliantly today on today's news, but that's to be expected. You're going to flush out some traders, hopefully clear those, get some fresh blood or fresh money on board, and hopefully we can get a sustained rise up towards that box there. So just looking at our history there, we've gone from 0.1 pence basically all the way up to 1p. So it's doable. It's not beyond the realms of possibility. So fingers crossed. TIR, worth doing some research. UOG is my next one. United Oil and Gas. Haven't covered this one off for a long while, and this one, it's a request. It's another tiny market cap, so you've got to do your research on these. Make sure that you find out exactly what the company's all about. But there is a gap play there at 0.1810. But I'll just start. It is in a blue box reversal zone. It's a massive box. Because the company's been in a horrific decline for such a long time. It's sort of from 6p, we're down to fractions of a penny. And for me, I'd like to see it attack the top of that box there. So another one that we're talking from 0.14 pence all the way up to 0.842 pence, which still gives it a fairly small market cap. So I don't know what it's all about. I know it used to produce oil. It hasn't done too well. So, worth doing some research, see what's going on before you take a punt. But, the potential rewards there are pretty high. As I say, the first point of call is going to be that gap. I think that's where a lot of traders be looking to exit. But, if they can drop some right news and the company's pretty good, and hopefully you can see a recovery play and attack the top of that box. So That is UOG, worth doing some research. MSMN is my next one. And this one here, we've called it absolutely brilliantly, haven't we? Absolutely superb call. Yet again, last week we said that, we hit that red box, which we did. We flipped to the weekly chart, which I'm just going to do again. And this one here, we've had an absolute monstrous week, haven't we? Well done all those holders who sort of took that trade. And I think it's looking highly likely we're going to break that prior high here at sort of 0.08 pence, and we're going to be attacking this red box here at 0.093 to 0.112 and possibly even higher. So nothing to say that couldn't just stretch, much higher than that, probably up to 0.15 pence. So the rate it's going certainly looks like it's going to stretch into that red box as a minimum. And I think it could stretch much higher. So let's see where that one goes up. Next one is CPAI. And again, another one I haven't covered off for a little while. Flip back to the daily chart. This one here, I'd had that red box up here at 0.696 to 0.83 pence, and it's had a bit of a pullback. For me, I think that this is sort of it's a reasonable reversal zone. It's not the strongest reversal zone, but it's pretty good. Should expect at least a bounce. But, if we can break this prior high, it's going to give us into that red box zone up there. So that's sort of a bag and a half, isn't it? So worth doing some research, see what's going to come out from the company from that one. But, as a tale of caution, we could just see a three-wave bounce like that and then more downside. But I think it's more probable that we're going to probably break that high. And if we do, we're into that red box. So worth doing some research. FPP is my next one. And this one here, I've been tracking this one for a while. I'm not too sure whether I've covered it off. But for me, I had this blue box reversal zone down here at 0.915 down to 0.635, which we have hit. We hit that in Thursday's trading. We sort of tagged the top of the box and the ball stepped in, and which is a really good sign. For me, I think if we could hold above sort of our close and hold above probably about 1.8 pence, I think we're going to be into that red box zone there at 2.64 up to 3.2 pence. So that's a couple of bags, isn't it? My God, this AIM market is alive at the moment, isn't it? Next one I'm going to do is ECO, and I haven't covered this one off for a little while, I don't think. Echo Atlantic and Oil. This one is in a blue box reversal zone down here at 8.72 down to 7.28 pence. And I think that's a pretty good, strong reversal zone. And I'm hopeful that we get at least a three-wave bounce to the upside from here. If we go sort of 10, 11 pence, that would be absolutely great. But hopefully, if we can drop some right news, we should trigger the bulls to step in. And the logical next target would be this red box zone up here at 15.6 up to 17.9 pence. So that is Echo Atlantic Oil and Gas, worth doing some research. W711 is the next one. And I haven't covered this one off for a little while, but this is one where we gave that blue box reversal zone. So it sort of dropped out of it for some unknown reason, but the balls have stepped in. And I think that, we're going to be heading up to break this prior high at 650 pence and into this red box zone up here at 710 to 816 pence. And just have a look at the weekly chart and show you my original theory behind that. And I think we've had a sort of a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm expecting a 5 into that red box zone there. And it could go higher. I mean, who knows? But, worth researching the company, see what it's all about and seeing why it's fallen. But I think it's just sellers. It's been on an absolute fantastic run. And I think that, that 710 to 816 pence is game on, but we shall see. Next one I'm going to do is YCA, and this one, again, I don't think I've covered this one off for a little while, but this one, that's it. We covered that off around here. We thought that we were going to see more downside, which we did. And, we've started this sort of wave up. If it can sort of break this downtrend down here, probably sort of breaking above 510 pence. I think that, we could see another wave higher. And for me, if you can break that prior high at 750, it's going to bring us into this red box zone here at 756.5 up to 864. So Yellow Cake, worth doing some research, see what it's all about. It's a bit of a big cap, so it's not going to be a monstrous mover, but, worth doing some research, see what it's all about. PRE is my next one. And this one here, We gave that blue box reversal zone, didn't we? Just as it, I think the day, well, the weekend when it had that monstrous run the following week, it spiked all the way up to 40.9 pence. And I think that this sequence here is incomplete. I think that we've had sort of a wave. That's our wave 1, 2, and we've had a 3, 4, 5, 6, and it's a wave 7. And I think that it's incomplete. For me, that's a high probability trade that it's going to go to that blue box there at 44.3 to 52 pence. So that is PRE. Still quite a lot of profit in that one for those who have done the research and want to take the trade. MAST is my next one, and if I get that one up, so this one here, this is a bit of a tricky one really, but if it can sort of hold above this 0.18 pence level, that's well. I think worst case scenario here is that we should see we might see something like this. We could see a bit more downside down to sort of the 0.16 level before we get another leg higher. But if it can stay here, and break this prior high, hold above sort of 0.29 pence level, it's going to be traded into this red box here at 0.37 to 0.425 pence. So that is Mast, M-A-S-T. Looks pretty good. Good risk reward for those who want to take the trade. Do some research, see what it's all about. AXL is my next one, and I think I covered this off recently, but it's had a really excellent candle today, also Friday's trading. And I think here you can see that it's in that blue box reversal zone. That's a pretty good, strong reversal. So for me, what I want to see is a break of this 17.3 pence, and we should see at least a 3-wave bounce to the upside. But if we can smash this prior higher at 33.5 pence, that's going to take us up to this red box zone up here at 40.8 to 48.1 pence. So that is AXL. Worth doing some research, see what it's all about. Hex is my next one, and I think I missed this off from last week. I was going to cover it off and clearly didn't. I've got a red box reversal zone here. It's one way we've called really well. We had that blue box reversal zone. We've had a leg up, and I think we're going to do another leg up as a minimum. And I've got this red box reversal zone at 15.24 to 14.76, which I was going to cover off last week and I didn't. I think that we're sort of seeing a bit of a flag formation there, and I think that once we've broken above that and out of that flag, we're going to see another move to the upside. And if I'm being really uber bullish, break and hold above 28 pence should bring us to 30.65 to 35.8 pence. So that is Hex, worth doing some research. SFR is my next one, and I think this is one which I mentioned last week again, but failed to cover off really sillily. This is just a gap play. I mean, it's 46.3 pence. I mean, it's easy money, isn't it? Look at that candle from last week at 26.5. We're now at, we've touched 34 pence today. And I think that it's going to continue to run to fill that gap. But then there's also another gap here at 84.4 pence. So SFR, worth doing some research, seeing why it's fallen, and I think that there's more upside in that one over the coming week, but we shall see. There you go. That's me for today. See you again soon.